All right, so the first up we have is from Haze. He has an Acer Nitro 5 laptop, and just based on the keyboard lighting, this is definitely one of the newer Acer Nitro 5 models, just because the older ones usually have only like a red LED backlit. Now the setup all around has like a pink blue aesthetic vibe, which I really like. So the RGB in the back matches with the wallpaper, and honestly that wallpaper looks really good. And then for the keyboard, it looks amazing just because the RGB goes all around the outside of the keyboard, and the keyboard itself looks like a custom keyboard, one of those keyboards that cost over like $500 that just sounds super nice. And also, not to mention, his laptop is connected to a monitor that is 144 hertz, so his game performance is definitely going up by connecting a monitor, since it does give you more FPS. Now the thing I don't like about this setup is the mouse. Literally, no offense, bro, that thing looks like an office mouse. Definitely upgrade the mouse into a mouse with at least RGB, just so it can match the aesthetic of the setup. And overall, this is not a bad budget setup. This setup definitely costs less than like $800, so it's really good for its price point. All right, so for our next setup, we have a setup from Sai. He honestly has such a nice setup. It doesn't have too much RGB, and the lighting is honestly really good on this setup. So for his laptop, he has an MSI GF63 gaming laptop. I'm pretty sure this laptop costs less than like $700, so it's really budget for a laptop. He also pairs up the laptop with a 165 hertz Asus monitor, and the laptop and monitor have monitor arms, so honestly gives the setup such a nice aesthetic just because there's not too much wires hanging around. And on top of his monitor, I just realized has an LED bar where the LED in the back comes from, which honestly looks really good. Just one main thing, I would suggest to focus the LED more onto the middle, because right now it's centered on the top, which looks kind of weird. Now his keyboard honestly looks so bulky. It looks so heavy as well. It is a TechWare TKL keyboard. He also uses those coils for the wire. Now that I'm looking at the keyboard more, it kind of looks like my keyboard. I mean, this is what my keyboard looks like. And his keyboard also looks kind of like that. It's really heavy looking. Also in the back, I noticed he has like some soundboard stuff. Maybe it's for his headphones or his microphone, but it's pretty cool that he has one since he does make YouTube videos. And then for his mouse, he has a mouse bungee as well, and it's paired up with a SteelSeries Rival 3 mouse. I'm not sure if it lights up, but it doesn't really have any RGB showing. Okay, so for this next setup, it definitely looks like a really budget gaming setup. He only has a laptop, keyboard, and mouse. This setup is from Rima. So his laptop is an Acer Aspire 7. I've actually never heard of that, but apparently it has a GeForce GTX. And under his laptop, he actually has a cooling stand, which is definitely very essential for all laptop gamers, since your laptop literally will heat up so quick. I honestly like his keyboard keycaps a lot. He has some tidal wave keycaps, which look really good, with like the bread design for the keyboard. And then for his mouse, it looks like he has like the Razer Death Adder, one of the older models. I used to have a mouse like that, and it's really heavy and big. I'm not sure how he does it, but he also has a Razer mouse pad. Honestly, a really clean setup. Some things that you should be adding is like things in the background where it gives it more of a aesthetic vibe. So you could have like plants, RGB, even like a poster, and it honestly just connects the setup really well and gives it such a more pop.
Now, if you guys want to be in videos just like this, where I react to either your setups, montages, or highlights, make sure to join my Discord, which will be linked in the description, and you guys can go ahead and participate in future activities.